Late last year, I got an email. It said that the price of my Disney Plus annual plan was increasing to $140. But that wasn't the only one. Netflix was going up, and their most affordable tier would now have ads. Amazon Prime would be $3 Apple TV went from $6.99 to $9.99, $18 a month. There are so many great things to watch, and they're all spread across so many different services. I want to watch them all, but man, does it hurt to fork up so much money every month to do it. It kind of makes you wonder, how did we all end up in this
Companies hate this one easy trick called stealing.
position where we're paying so much for streaming every month? And maybe more importantly, can we as consumers do any better?
You wouldn't download a car, would you?
To answer these questions, we first need to look at the story from the streamer's perspective. And we'll start with Netflix.
Finally, someone talking about my perspective. Finally.
Biggest, oldest streamer around. For most of its history, Netflix made money in one way, its subscribers. So if Netflix wanted to make more money, they either had to add subscribers or raise prices. This was always Netflix's strategy. As this 2020
As a licensed pre-watcher, as a certified pre-watcher, I would like to say, pre-watch prediction in this, the TLDR on why streaming is getting so expensive, or like watching shows on streaming platforms like Netflix, Hulu, whatever, Disney Plus, is that there are exclusivity contracts. So let's say you are A24, the movie company or whatever, publishing studio, whatever. Servers are expensive? No. Let's say you are sorry, I'm getting lost in thought. I'm getting distracted. Focus, chat, focus. I can't look at chat. You guys are so distracting, honestly, genuinely. You guys are so cute. I just get so people shy and so okay. No, it's my ADHD. I'm sorry for blaming you guys. I'm learning and growing as a person. Exclusivity contracts make it so that, let's say, chat, you are A24, I'm Netflix. Me, Netflix, I'm like, hey, I want to show your TV show or your movie to my subscribers, and I will pay you $5 million for you to let me host your movie on my website. After you guys are done airing it in theaters, I will start putting it on my thing, and then I will give you guys, here's this base amount. But here's the thing, because it's an exclusivity contract, no one else is allowed to. You're not allowed to sell it to Hulu. You're not allowed to sell it to Disney Plus, even though Disney Plus, I'm pretty sure, is only Disney things. You're not allowed to sell it to Amazon Prime. I'm the only person that's allowed to broadcast your movie legally. I'm the only person. And everyone else, you have to tell them no, because we already signed an exclusivity contract, okay? Now, when Netflix was the only player in town, when it murdered Blockbuster in cold blood, everyone went to Netflix. Every company that made TV shows or movies went to Netflix, and they were like, hey, you're the only person that hosts this stuff online. Give us money and you can host our stuff. Netflix is like, yeah, sure. Here you go. Here's money. Give me your TV shows. And so you would go to Netflix and everything was on Netflix. All of the movies were on Netflix. All the TV shows were on Netflix. Everything was on Netflix. And then other companies realized, wait, why are we paying this schmuck Netflix all this money? Or I guess not paying them, sorry. Losing money by accepting their meager amount of money to host our thing. We can just host it ourselves. We should just make our own platform where we host our stuff. And so HBO was like, you know what? No. No more giving you guys our TV shows. We're going to have our own website. We don't need your money. We would make more money from subscriptions. And then Hulu was like, wait, let me get in on this. Wait, you guys are, let me get this straight. You guys are making profit off of other people's work? Sounds like capitalism to me. Let me get in on this. Perfect. Disney Plus, same thing. They're like, wait, why are we selling? Wait. Why are we giving you guys the rights to air our shows when we can just do it? We're big enough that we can just have our own streaming platform. And so Disney Plus and so on and so forth until we have, like 20 different platforms that all do the same thing, that are all governed. Is RimWorld happening today? New expansion? Oh, I'm tempted. We'll see. Um, Crunchyroll is almost like an exception because Crunchyroll does almost exclusively anime, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, instead of the companies implementing new features to make their product actually competitive, they rely on exclusivity contracts to make it so that you want to watch this show, you have to be subscribed to our platform. Our platform isn't better than any of these other platforms, but our platform is the only one that you can watch Game of Thrones on. So if you want to watch Game of Thrones, you gotta give us the money. And then so on and so forth. And every single time you want to watch a certain show, you have to subscribe to a new thing because each thing is being sold to different companies. And instead of them paying, again, repeating myself, instead of them saying, hey, let's implement new features and make it so that between all of the different platforms, let's say every single platform had the same TV shows. Let's pretend like there are 5 TV shows in the world and every single one of the platforms has those 5 TV shows. At that point, what decision are you making? You're probably making a decision based on how cheap the subscription price is and how much you get for the subscription price. An example of like a competitive feature would be Amazon Prime's X-ray feature. Basically, when you're watching a TV show on Amazon Prime, when you pause it, it'll show you all of the actors that are currently on the screen, or the voice actors that are currently off the screen, but their associated character, the one that they're voice acting, is on the screen. And that's really nice. That's a really nice feature. So maybe let's say Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime exist, and all of them have Game of Thrones, and you want to watch Game of Thrones. And you're like, wow, between all of these, they're all about the same price. And I really like this X-ray feature. So I think I'm going to give my money to Amazon Prime, actually, because they have the best product. It's the same TV show, but I'm actually getting something extra with Amazon Prime, which is how it should be. The company should be making money under capitalism. The company should be making money based on actual features that they have instead of making money because they're the only people that are currently streaming Game of Thrones. I know that like Game of Thrones is an outdated example. I am not Caroline Kwan. I'm sorry, I can't be her. I play video games, okay? Ask me about video games and I got you, dog, okay? All of my references to television are outdated. Just forgive me, okay? Just don't use it when there's an unknown character. I had the killer in Thanksgiving spoiled by it. Oh no! Yeah, if you don't want spoilers, probably that's a bad idea. But it's a cool feature. Or like I said, Netflix. I'm subscribed to Netflix, not because I can't get the TV shows elsewhere. Are you kidding me? But because Netflix is a great tool in my experience for language learning or like staying sharp on languages that you do know, because they have dubs for almost every single show in almost every single language. Like if you go to Netflix, click on literally any show, and chances are they got dubs in, let's see, languages. No, wait, Google Translate. Out of the Google Translate languages, I think I've seen like about half of these. Like available, and it's the full show dubbed. I hate the captions on Netflix. The timing is so bad. The timing is pretty bad, yeah. Like they have Arabic for sure. I've seen that one before. I know they have Chinese for sure. You guys get the idea. I'm not going to go down the list. You guys understand. I've seen like over 20 for any given show. Okay, let's watch the video.
One New York Times article explains. The CEO and founder of Netflix was betting that the company could attract subscribers.
Oh, before we go any further, just for anyone who doesn't know about the X-ray feature and has never heard about it and wants to see what it looks like, this is what it looks like, where you can pause in the middle of a show and on the left side of the screen, it'll pull up the X-ray that's like, hey, this is this actor playing himself. Hey, like this is this actor playing this. Leslie Jones here is playing the character Mary Johnson or whatever. Johnson or Johnson? I can't see what that says. It's a really neat feature that actually makes the product valuable in and of itself. What services? This is on Amazon Prime, and no, they do not pay me to say that. If I really wish it wasn't Amazon Prime that had the feature. Have you seen that Fortnite's going to have Atlas skins? Finally, I can play against Peter Griffin as Katara. Are they actually having a Katara skin? I know that they did Korra, but moving on. Let's go back to the video.
And raise its prices faster than the debt clock was ticking. And Netflix had taken on a lot of debt, almost $15 billion by 2020, with the purpose of building an entire platform's worth of content, ensuring that they weren't reliant on movies and TV that they didn't own, like The Office or Friends. This strategy worked, and for a long time, Netflix grew really reliably, even as its prices went up.
They'd had very steady growth 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then the pandemic happens in 2020, and they have their best year ever.
That's Lucas Shaw, by the way.
Managing editor for media and entertainment at Bloomberg News, and I'm also the author of the newsletter Screen Time. Netflix got to a point where they realized that their growth was much slower than it had been, right? Growth continues to be slower in 2021, and looking into 2022, they get nervous.
And then in 2022, Netflix actually lost subscribers. Just 200,000 at first, and then
they posted cringe.
Then 1 million.
There are only so many people in the population, right? Even if you got everyone, there is a ceiling to that.
But they also knew that they had more customers than it appeared.
This phenomenon of password sharing. Netflix had said publicly that they were not worried about it, and I think early on, it's true, they were not worried about it because password sharing was a way of exposing the service to more people, and if people liked it, they would convert. But at a certain point, when they hit a bit of a ceiling, they were looking at the numbers and they said the only way that we're going to be able to grow is if we convert some of those sharers into payers.
This move created a temporary surge in subscribers. It made enough of a dent that other companies are following in these footsteps. But Netflix isn't the only trend.
And you have to understand, there's a period of time where Netflix was very, 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 very successful, and that's because they were the only platform doing it. Your mom, that is. Once all these other platforms realized, wait, why the fuck are we losing money and giving it to you to host our TV shows? We can just host them ourselves. Now consumers are picking between, do I pay for this Netflix subscription and this Hulu subscription and this Disney Plus subscription? Like, people have a maximum amount of money that they're willing to spend on streaming services, right? And at a certain point, you start to cut out the ones that you're not using that much. You're like, dude, like literally last time I checked Netflix, what is even on that website? There's nothing there. There's literally nothing on Netflix. Have you guys been on there? No wonder people aren't there. It's like there's nothing there. There's nothing on the website. So yeah, I'm going to cancel my subscription. If HBO Max has all the good stuff, I'm going to cancel my subscription. And once I realize HBO Max doesn't have as many things as they used to, I'm going to cancel that subscription and go somewhere else.
Oh, what is up, everybody? Hopefully, everybody's having a great time. And once again,
sorry, I wanted to show you guys the skins. I don't know why I let that guy speak. Unbelievable. Men speaking. Disgusting. I want to see the avatar skins, but he doesn't even show them in the video. That's so fucked up. Wow. Can you believe it? Believe it. Anyways, look at the new skins, guys. These are actually pretty fucking good. I'm honestly kind of shook that they look this good. They did Toph really well. What game? This is Fortnite. This is like really good. They look really good. I'm kind of shook. I'm actually kind of, these 3D models look really good, man. Wow. Listen, I'm just grateful that the Fortnite people actually give their creative team seemingly a lot of liberty to do whatever they want. Because do you guys remember that video I showed you guys? Obviously, I'm not a fan of corporations and whatever the fuck, blah, 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 blah. But, oh my God, it's already paying out the auto stopper. Okay, sorry, what was I saying? Do you guys remember that video I showed you guys that was them previewing all of the skins that they made for Black History Month? They added a bunch of skins for, I guess, like original Black characters. And I feel like for people who care about it, I'm just very bored of video games that have Black characters and they give them the same 2 hairstyles. Where it's either they give them like white people hair, it's just straight hair for some reason, or they give them an afro and that's it. That's the only 2 that they give them. Or the Killmonger haircut. That's it. That's the only haircuts that they give them. And Fortnite is one of the few game studios or games that actually gives their artists artistic liberties to create actual good hairstyles that are fun and original, that are authentic to the like racial group that they are trying to emulate in 2D with their or 3D models. What would I even look up to show you guys? Black characters Fortnite skins. I don't think I'll be able to find it on demand, but anyways, I have a lot of respect for the team that work on it, and I'm very happy to see that the execs at Fortnite understand that they need to give their artists the liberty to do whatever the fuck they want. Oh, that's so dank. That's so dank, dude. You can see the terrible physics, though, for the clothing. God, it looks so good. The skins look really good. Oh, my goodness. Anyways. Fortnite is what League wishes it could have been. Yeah, I'll say it. Yeah, I'll fucking say it. Yeah. What are you going to do about it? Toph eating popcorn. Pauser. That's amazing. You see what I mean when I say that the people who, like the artists who actually are sitting there rendering this stuff, actually creating this animation, they're giving them the liberty to do whatever they want and to make good character designs and good, I don't know. Okay, excuse the TikTok edit, but this is what I was talking about earlier. This is what I was talking about when I was talking about like the Fortnite team, the people who actually sit there and work on the skins. They're given so much liberty. Like, look at all the hairstyles that they worked on. Wait, they skipped over that one so fast. Like, they just did so much. Isn't that so cool? I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. As someone who has no skin in the game, I like games that give their artists the liberty to make whatever they want and to make fun looking characters. No pun intended. No pun intended. Yeah. Okay.
Etc. While all this was going on, another company was carving out a slightly different path. Hulu has always had two tiers to its service, ad-free and ad-supported. According to this 2019 article, Hulu's ad-supported option was the most lucrative tier of their business. It was so successful, they actually lowered the price from $7.99 to $5.99.
Advertising has been the key to a successful video business forever. You think about the cable business, you don't think about paying for discrete channels, but you are paying for a bundle of channels. And oh, by the way, those channels still have advertising. So it's not really a foreign concept. That's something that Hulu had done quite effectively.
As more streamers crowd the market with ever-increasing prices, pretty much every service, including Netflix, has introduced a more affordable ad-supported tier to their offerings, which people seem to appreciate. Ad-supported plans have been driving an increasing percentage of new signups and supplementing each company's bottom line. But here's the thing, most of these companies still aren't profitable.
Part of it is just they're so new. I think we lose sight of that. Like, these companies spent billions and billions of dollars to launch new services and take on Netflix, and they tried to condense, 15 years of Netflix's streaming service into 3 to 5. And that was very expensive.
So that's it, more or less. Companies fighting debt, revenue losses, subscriber losses, or a mix of those things have raised prices and added ads in hopes to become or remain profitable. But what does that mean for us as individuals? Well, if you're like me and have crafted your personality around filmmaking, movies, and TV, then you might be subscribed to a bunch of streaming services indefinitely. This isn't cheap, but it's the kind of thing that you might be willing to invest in. So maybe the answer for me is to do nothing and just accept the increased monthly cost because I find value in having access to all of the streaming services. But in researching this video, I found that there is a growing group of people that have a much more strategic approach.
It's called torrenting, bitch.
They're called serial...
No. I rehearsed it and everything. I practiced it in my head. It was like a great stairwell thought, and I fucked it up. I'm sorry.
Churners, which is just the industry way of saying that this type of consumer isn't static. They're churning or unsubscribing and resubscribing to services based around what they want to watch in a particular month. According to the analytics group Antenna, 1 in 5 people were serial churners in 2023. It seems like the answer for these people is that it's worth the effort to hop around. They can save money and more selectively access content on their own timeline. A more middle ground approach might be to subscribe to 1 or 2 services indefinitely and then hop around on the other ones.
I've opened Max, Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon all within the last month, maybe within the last couple of weeks. And then Paramount Plus and Peacock, I guess, yes, I'm a churner for those. I sign on and off depending on what happens, and that's fine for me. And everyone else, their appetite's going to be different. Maybe other people only want to be permanently signed on for 2.
This approach requires some effort and strategy around your media diet, but it could be quite cost-effective in the long run. And that's one of the reasons that we switched from cable to streaming to begin with, the ability to choose what you pay for. Streaming has changed a lot. We're in a new, weird, increasingly expensive era of it. Maybe that means it's time we start looking at our relationship to streaming differently, and start asking the question, how do you make your streaming diet work for you?
Why is this video so, inspirational? Why is there inspirational music being played? Must have been a content drought. I get it. I get it.